Had to walk Tilly. And then I fed her. Okay. There's one of those. I think these are both too small for the inside of the thing. Okay, so this will be big enough for one of them at least. I can maybe get both of them on there. Look at that. Just enough room. I never know if the chat can keep up with this if I turn it off and turn it back on again like I did. Hi, Tilly. Okay, so my plan for these pieces is... Oh, there you are. I'm keeping up with you, but you don't see all the comments as you go. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. I thought I did. I'm using a third-party thing that points both to YouTube and to Facebook and Twitch also. So sometimes they're a little slower than the other. Okay, so where's my hand? There it is. So I think I'm going to spray this down with spray adhesive outside, and then I will glue this in place as best I can. And then cut away what I don't need. That's my plan anyway. And you can see how much I'm going to have to cut away from that. Okay, I'm going to go outside just real quick. I'll just leave this on. And I got glue everywhere. Okay, there's one piece that's all got glue on it. There's another piece that's got glue on it. I thought I was close to being done gluing, but apparently that just doesn't happen. Yeah. I'm keeping up with you. Oh, there we go. Well, I should be in here pretty consistently from now on. I opened the window because of the glue. I'll shut it in a second. Oh no! Oh no! This is why I hate spray adhesive. Ah! I don't have enough of this stuff to go. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh. Come on. Well, it's working. Not exactly the way I hoped, but it is working. Okay, Okay, I'm going to cut off all the excess and see where we're at. This is kind of like how I cut noses. It's like just kind of hoping it comes together. I imagine I'm going to go through this because at some point I'm going to have to build an Audrey 2. I imagine this is a good beginning of like Audrey 2's smallest version. I believe it will be built basically in the same way. That's one side. Let's see if I can figure out the other side now. I think it's a good thing I didn't try to pattern this part because any type of variance in the two sides would have been a nightmare to try and figure out. While this is not as tidy as I usually work, it'll be fine. I keep telling myself that. Yeah, I agree. It'll all look fine when I get it all put together. I'm not the biggest fan of spray adhesive, but it certainly helps with this sort of stuff. All right, so there's the inside of his mouth, or his hand, his claw. Let's see if we can get this thing on now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this in place and then sew up all the darts. And then from there, cut this part, cut away this extra fabric, and then sew that part. I think that's how I'll do it. Oh, and while I'm at it, I'd better figure out where this is where the rod goes back in. I can shut that window now. So this is the slit where the rod will go. So I have to remember to put that in before I get too much farther going. Otherwise, I'm never going to get that thing back in. I suppose. Ow. So I didn't want to have to worry about this rod being in place, but I could put this little cutoff piece in that just as a placeholder, so I don't accidentally sew up this thing. Let me just do that. Just so I remember. Oh boy, what a nightmare that would be. So I took the arm rods off when I started patterning this, but there's still the hole where I put that in there, and if I didn't remember where it was, I'd never find it again once this thing was sealed up. So that was what I was talking about. See, that's it's gonna go there. I hope that works. Well, it fits. It's a little long in a couple places, but it fits. All right. Here's our first look at his claw, giant claw. I should make one tiny little one like a hermit crab. Okay, so let me get some thread. Looks okay. I can't remember what I used. Okay, it's between these two. Which one should I use? Here. That. This one or that one? I'm thinking that one. Left. This one? That's closer to that? I think you're right. This is way too orange. All right. There goes nothing. I think like Adam Krutinger's thing was let's get started. I think mine is here goes nothing. Home stretch. I say that a lot too. Put it on a shirt. What are you talking about? Oh, put it on a shirt. Oh yeah. Maybe I can sell it to 3 people. Sell it to you, Dave Baker, and maybe Chase. Maybe I can sell it to Adam as well. Adam Fuzio and Laura Baldwin. You guys are all the ones that check these things out every time. See, I feel like this is so by the seat of my pants. I can't do my regular trick of sewing it from the back. So this is all going to be ladder stitched in place. Ugh, what a mess. Already what a mess. Okay. See, I think 9/10 of all this is just trying. I think so many people get so intimidated by doing it wrong. Oh, this is looking great. The bang up job. That's another thing I say all the time. I'm doing a bang up job. Do you or any of the other builders on here have any issues trying to get to see through, to sew through the spray glue? I don't use it as much. I don't use it very much to say one way or the other. I did come across something last night as I was making these claws, or whenever I made the claws. I think I made that yesterday. I had some gaff tape on the foam, and then I decided I was going to make a bevel. So I ran it through my whatchamacallit, bandsaw at an angle, and oh my gosh, you would have thought I was cutting sheet metal. It sounded so terrible, and it was so tough to cut through, just the gaff tape. So I don't think I'll do that again. I think that's the end of that. And then when I was done with it, it was I ended up having to put tape on it because I put the tape on the wrong side. So yeah, that there, what was it that I had a problem with sewing through? Velcro. The stick on Velcro I don't like to sew through. Oh, did I just mess that up? Come on. Oh, drat. See, this is what I get for talking and sewing. Oh well, at least it's a knot. Boink. Okay. Let me see if I can fix that. It's fine. Yeah, I'm still trying to get enthusiastic about Johnny 5 again. No, I'm kidding. I need to get back to that one. I need to put this one up for sale, and I probably need to sell. Hopefully, I'll be able to sell Terry as well, because otherwise, I'm not going to have rent money. Either that, or I got to get a day job. If I can get a day job before this, then I get to hold on to this guy. Although I was kind of thinking that when I posted that Dr. Smith, I was thinking I could almost do like a Dr. Smith, Dr. Zoidberg, Dr. Strange Pork sketch of some kind. Okay, I got the first dart in. I did a great job on it too. Thank you, Just Jay. Well, I just don't use the industrial stuff on most stuff. I'll just use the non sticky stuff and sew it, and then it's fine. Or I use hot glue and add that in conjunction with the whatchamacallit, the Velcro. I don't use a lot of Velcro, so I don't know what I'm talking about really. I'm not being real worried about this particular spot because it's going to be under the sleeve or the edge of the arm or whatever. Tell you what, though, this eye is driving me crazy. I got to try and get. Probably just going to do this one claw and then call it a night. But at least I got the final fabric, so I can remake all those clothes tomorrow. I got a really good video from Lori with some progress on it. Benjamin Franklin. That's it. The puppet doctors. I was actually telling somebody, I was like, oh, I could almost do the Three Stooges with Zoidberg as Curly and Strange Pork as Larry, and then I think maybe Dr. Smith or somebody else as Mo. Do like those old Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard routines. Actually, what I need like a Dr. McCoy puppet, and then he could be Mo. He's a pretty good Mo. Yeah, I can't remember when I decided that I wasn't. I must have seen a video. I think when I saw Pennebricker's video, that was when I stopped using a lot of spray adhesive. Because he was a big proponent of contact cement, that was where I first found out about that. And then I also had been doing spray adhesive all over the foam, so there was glued down to every surface, which made it really difficult to use. So I think that was a big turning point for me. But really, it was the only video that was out there, and it was really more of a here's my pattern, this is how you put it together video. But they would sell the video just on its own, which is what I had. See, I don't know anything about Dr. Kildare. Well, my eye is so here's what's going on with my eye. As part of the healing process, so I've been kind of looking around this big blood spot in my vision for the last week, and it broke apart last night, the blood spot, which is part of the healing process. But now instead of dodging one giant blood spot, I'm dodging like 6 tiny blood spots. So now it's like I used to be able to just lay down on one side and kind of settle in one part of my vision, and then I could work for a couple hours and I'd be fine. But now there's so many little particulates in there. I'm constantly getting interrupted by it. So that's what's happening with my eye. It'll go away in a couple of days, but I've had this happen before, and I know kind of what to watch out for. But yeah. Wouldn't be one of my videos if I wasn't complaining about my eye, though, was it? See, I'm glad I moved that pattern over because I think this is a lot cleaner than having a seam on the side of it. Ouch. Take a drink, everybody. Yes, I know exactly what I'm going to. Oh, hi, Lisa. Yes, I know exactly what everybody's going to build. We're going to build a dog or a cat because I feel like patterning a dog or a cat is going to tell you everything you need to know about patterning and give us enough time to do the do the whole subject, and I think there's enough cuts, and like it'll show you how to do a muzzle, it'll show you how to do a mouth plate, it'll show you how to affect the shape as you cut away or put in wedges, but we'll all be building basically the same thing, but there will be no pattern other than the neck pattern and the wedge, and then we're going to figure out together the same pattern, and they'll all be a little bit different based on how they do it, and depending on what type of ears they put on it, it'll be either a cat or a dog. And I think that's going to be the class. And in 3 days, we can get the entire puppet done. I'll probably pre-sew all the neck tubes just to make it easier on everybody. But when it all comes down to it, it's really probably about 15-20 seams that need to be done after you got it all put together. So that's what I think the class is going to be. It's going to be my Build a Dog with Steve class. Or cat. Oh, I'm way off. I'm sorry I have that all over the side. I've just been sewing away. You see how much longer. You see, it's not quite as good of a seam as doing it from the back, but the ladder stitch is better than nothing, I guess. It also is a little slower, but okay. Get this all pinned, and I'm going to cut out all these pieces. I could almost glue it, but I've never really learned the baseball stitch. I know kind of how to do it, and I think it's better from the back. Do you use the baseball stitch? Only advantage to the baseball stitch I have is that it does tie a knot as you go. So it's a little bit more, I guess, sturdy. Okay, I'm going to sew up this front first. I mean the bottom first. And then I'll cut it as I go, I guess. That's my plan. What did I do with my thread? Okay, so the reason you tie a knot as you go is so that it's that whole adage, stitch in time saves 9. Every 9 stitches you tie a knot, and then that way if one of those 9 stitches breaks, then you only have to redo 9 stitches as opposed to the entire thing. I do it about every inch or every 9 stitches, and it's not absolutely necessary. It's just kind of a safeguard for repairing stuff. It also is a good way to keep everything tight. Use all the stitches. Yeah, I do the same thing. The big thing that I always have to keep telling myself is when I'm going from the back, I don't want to use the ladder stitch because it gives a really messy stitch on the front. I mean, on the when you turn it. I only want to use the ladder stitch when I'm sewing from the front. So that's usually the thing I have to always remind myself. Whip stitch. I use a whip stitch a lot. Oh, these things are going to be the death of me. All right, here we go. I think I'm going to use the whip stitch here. Come on. See all these all these pins in here, they're catching the thread every stitch. Come on. Come on. Okay. Almost to the point where I'm going to pull out all these stitches, all these pins. Come on. I think once I get over this little turn here, I won't be near it anymore. I'll tell you what, this is one of the worst patterning jobs I've done. I did a really good job on the outside, but the inside's terrible. Another sewing tip: if you have issues threading the needle, wet the eye of the needle. The wicking process usually pulls it right through. Also, the eye has a microscopic burr on the inside, so if you don't get in it, try going through the other side. That's a good tip. I probably use a needle longer than I should. I know they get dull. I tend to use it till I lose it. And I get really paranoid when I can't find the needle. I think it'll probably end up in my foot. But yeah. Oh, that looks terrible. I'm going to do that all again. Okay, I guess I'm going to be using the ladder stitch. Speaking of spray adhesive, I can feel it on this thread. So maybe you're right, Laura. Okay, let's start over again. Tell you what, when it goes wrong, you know right away. Oh, thank you, Kenneth. Let me go back and see what I missed as far as the comments go. Oop, what did I just do? No, I don't want to do that. Come on. Ah. Okay, what have I done here? I don't want to do that. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I did. There we go. Okay, no. I don't want to add a source. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hit a button and I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I'm going to cut out and come back. Sorry. This is what I get for trying to be a good person. Good thing here. Let's see. Come on. Nope. I can't do it. Okay.